talk about contentment really quick, because I think it's a very big thing for us Americans. The whole thing with keeping up with the Joneses, seeing someone else get a nice car or a nice house, and we feel like we have to get that upgrade because we got to keep up with them. Or even that lifestyle creep. That's hey, I'm making a little more money at work, so we're gonna spend more on just kind of extra stuff that we may not need. So what are your thoughts on that? How can you combat that just in your own mentality and then also, in practice?
Yeah, so one thing to keep in mind is, we're human. We're going to desire things that other people have. So, if you have those thoughts and desires, like it's okay. It's not that big a deal. It's when you put those desires of having what your neighbor has instead of what your true goals and dreams are. And that's where the problem is. And so we need to focus on what our true goals and dreams are. So, for example, my neighbor has a really nice car, and every time I pull in with my junker car, I'm like, I would really like to have this car, right?
Yeah.
And so I could go buy one used for a decent amount, but I could afford it. But I would have to pull out of a savings account that my wife and I are currently building to be able to afford a down payment on the house. And so doing that, I'm hindering our goals, right? And so that's kind of the thing you have to keep in mind is like, what are your true goals and desires? So, some Americans, they don't even know that retirement's going to come up soon. And, Social Security may not be there for them. And so that needs to be a dream, that needs to be a goal and a desire. And so if we don't keep those kind of things in mind, then when we do keep up with the Joneses, we're really taking away what's truly important. So, just kind of think, is a new TV really your dream? Is a new car your dream? Or maybe is retiring, happily and maybe be able to take your family on a vacation, when you're 60, is that your dream? So just kind of knowing what you really, really want. And that really helps me and my wife.
Yeah, no, that's really good. And I think also realizing that, hey, from just talking with people, realizing that the Joneses are probably broke. Like, honestly, they are. Like, to be able to have a lot of that stuff, most people are going into crazy amounts of debt, to be able to live that lifestyle. So realizing that it's kind of a front almost. They're just kind of living that way on the outside, but they may not have it on the inside. They may be doing really well. But for most people, they're not, that's just kind of a front. And so I think, realizing that, and then just being thankful for what you do have, realizing the blessings that you have are enough. Got, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, you're doing okay. So if you got a car that runs, hey, at least it runs, right now. And so being thankful for those things, I think goes a long way as far as just being content and not having to feel like you always have to upgrade. I think there's times to upgrade to nice things. I mean, if you want to make it a goal of maybe getting a nicer car or a goal of getting a bigger house, I think those things are fine, but don't feel the need that you have to, just because someone else does, you got to upgrade. Make sure it fits into your plan. As you said, make sure your goals are aligned. So your money's actually going to what matters instead of just trying to impress people, that you may or may not get along with. And so I think you're trying to make sure the money goes towards your priorities. And so, yeah, it's a natural thing for us to want to have more stuff. I think if we can temper that and push it towards our goals, it'll be so much more effective.